Hey, my name is Thomas, and this is Action Sports for All. This is part 2 of another episode I recorded with my good friend Danny. If you haven't seen the first part, this may not make sense. Anyway, enjoy. If you weren't a skater, what action sport would you be in?
Whoa! Does it have to be an action sport?
It doesn't have to be an action sport, but like, what sport do you think you'd have got into?
Well, there was a point in. I mean, it's not an action sport, but like there was a point in my. No, I don't know. I don't know if it's- Right. Okay. I don't know. So skateboarding for me, just to like give a little bit of a quick clarification, because I think we could spend another podcast talking about this because it is a huge passion of mine. But skateboarding for me, my intention of skateboarding is not for it to be a sport for myself. Obviously, I'm a coach. Coaches are involved in sports.
Yep.
Skateboarding can be a sport, and I do teach people how to skate. But skateboarding for me is in a self-expression. So it's for me to. It's for me. It's like a dance. I go out there and like I perform for myself. I don't perform for anyone else. I mean, sometimes I perform in front of others in terms of like, my mates will ask me to do a trick or I do a trick and then they'll hype me up or I'll hype them up. So there's that kind of sense, but I don't feel like I'm not participating in a sport because I'm not skating against anyone else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, of course.
So like, I feel like if I weren't in skateboarding, I probably, because like before I started becoming a coach, like my biggest passion was art.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a curator in galleries to basically dress up galleries for other artists.
Yeah.
And I had a huge passion in that. So I wouldn't have probably been in sport. Or maybe that I probably would have gone into teaching in general, like maybe a high school teacher or a college teacher or a uni lecturer, because I love teaching as well. So I just love creativity and I love teaching as well. So I probably would have just either chosen one of them and not been at. I'm not a big fan of sport at all. I don't like being active. The reason why I skate is because I can't not skate. Like I was saying before, I have to skate. It's a love-hate relationship. It hurts most of the time. I fall over most of the time, but I love those moments of success. And without those moments of success and the failure, actually, I don't know what to do with myself. I have to have that in your life. So it's not. I don't do skateboarding because I like being active. I do skateboarding because I got no other choice. But if I had no other choice, I probably wouldn't do any sport at all.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So what's
Go on.
No, carry on.
I was going to say for yourself, because this interests me about everyone. And this is why I'm saying I can get into it quite a bit, but I'm curious for yourself then, like, because, I mean, WCMX has quite an odd name. Kind of BMX is an odd name as well, like motocross at the end of it, or whatever MX stands for.
It's motocross,
absolutely.
But because they're American, they decided to put an X because that's like cross.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cool.
Absolutely bizarre, isn't it? It's not like you got an engine attached to your wheelchair, is it? But anyways, apart from that, like, it's quite a sporty name, I think, WCMX.
Yeah.
But my question for you is, when you're in your wheelchair and you're doing what you love doing now, your newly found hobby or activity or whatever you see it as, what do you see it as? Do you see it as a sport? Like when you're in your wheelchair and you're trying out new skills and tricks, is it because you want to be a WCMX athlete, or is it because you just enjoy performing and you enjoy the creativity and challenge of it all, right?
Yeah.
So how do you see it for yourself?
That's an interesting one. I think it's all a bit of together. I think to be honest, if I never made any money from WCMX, right? If I only did it and I lost money on it, I'm losing money on WCMX, right?
Yeah.
I would be happy. But
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
could go to competitions and I could make videos about it, and there is a way to make money there and do it as like essentially my full time job, that would be
Yeah.
amazing as well. To be honest, I see it as I have fun to ride, but also as I guess like an opportunity
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
future into my career. But I think the reason WCMX is so perfect for me is because it encapsulates all my interests, not just because I like to go fast, whatever it is, whether it's fast cars or going down a mega ramp, I like to go
Yeah. Yeah.
fast. And then my love of photography, cinematography, editing, and putting that all together into WCMX for me is where I get the enjoyment. Um, I can have just as much fun editing the WCMX video as I had riding in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think yeah, I
But you wouldn't get a hockey player saying that, would you? Or you wouldn't get a footballer or a an athlete saying that, would you? Because athletes concentrate on the sport. But what you're saying, I mean, again, I'm not trying to put ideas into your head,
yeah
but this is all what I've always thought about, and it's what I concentrated on in uni as well. But if your intention is to be a creative, then what you do is more of a creative. It can still be a sport. I'm not saying it's not a sport. It's a sport if you do go to them competitions, but you're talking about you like to go out and find like because when you go in your wheelchair as well, like this isn't WCMX hasn't been out for it's not been uh, it's not a widely known
no
activity at the moment. So what you're doing could be the first time that these things have been done
yeah
intentionally. So you're actually you're going out there and you're saying, has anyone done this before? Right, okay, I'm going to do this. And so you're asking a question and then you're finding out the question for it, right?
yeah
Where like in other in other in a sport, you're not asking any questions. Someone's asked you the question, and then you're finding out the problem for it. Like, can you go score that? Can you score a goal in the other side of that? That's the boundaries are already been given to you, but you're setting your own boundaries. You're
yeah
solving your own problems, and I think this is the biggest reason why a lot of these action sports, if that's what you want to call them, are not really sports at all. They're all about you finding out about yourself and learning about yours. Anyways,
I think
I
for
can.
me the reason I'm more focused on this is not only I want to grow the sport, right? Because I want to grow the sport
Absolutely.
so I can do more things with it. But also, I've kind of faced the fact, I've looked at the numbers, I've looked at the previous competitions, and I've researched all of it, and there's one clear answer. Until he retires, nobody's beating Aaron Wheels. I'm saying that now.
No,
Until he retires, nobody
no.
will beat that man because
Well,
he's
it's
been
absolutely
training for
insane, isn't it?
20 years longer than anybody else. He's got 20
Yeah,
years on even some of the earlier riders. No one's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
beat him until he retires. That's what I'm saying. So for me, I'm going to do the competitions as much as I can, but my main focus is try and grow the sport with high quality content. You see skateboarding,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, even parkour is starting to do this with YouTubers like Jimmy the Giant. My plan is to do something similar to that. Is if I can create high quality content around the sport, and people go, "Oh, that's a cool video. Okay, well, I'll follow him," and then they get interested in WCMX. Well, then that's growing the sport, isn't it? Um,
That's it, man. I
that's
feel
that's
like
what
what you
that's what
did.
I'm here for.
I feel like that video you made with Rob, even though it was for the competition,
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people who did watch that, or like if it's, we'll talk about that video that you made. The people who did that watch that, and even for myself, that's inspiring, man. And I'll
yeah,
say straight up, like that was some inspiring stuff. And I feel like if other, um, if there's people out there who felt like if they maybe have a disability and they felt like there isn't access to something like that, they've seen someone like yourself who's accomplished so much already, um, and showing them that there is opportunity
Yeah,
in things like that. That's mind blowing, man. Like you're accessing a community that not at that possibly, and I'm just saying this is everyone, but felt like there was an opportunity, right? Like, and you're showing them that there is, and I think that's really
yeah,
empowering. Um, yeah, man, and I feel like that video, I feel like it was really inspiring and empowering to be able to do that. I also think as well, like because the first time I was ever introduced to WCMX is when Lily Rice came through the door at
yeah,
Greystone, and I see her flying down that mega ramp. I was mind blown. I was mind blown when you did it, but seeing it for the first time when she did it, I was just like, oh my god, like there's no excuses, is there?
yeah,
Because to be in a situation like that and still have no fear and have that much courage to try something as I'm not going to say as intimidating as that. That's amazing, man. That makes me want to go skate.
yeah,
So I can imagine it making everyone want to go skate or go
yeah.
try something like that.
No, yeah, definitely. My plan with creating content is, I mean, it is interesting when you look at creating content. Is, I mean, look at skateboarding. Who are the big content creators in skateboarding? They're not the best skateboarders. I don't
Oh
think
no, bro.
the content creators are the best skateboarders because they're not focused in being the best and oh I'm the best at skateboarding. They're just focused in having fun and growing their sport.
Yeah, man.
And that's
That's
what I
it.
want to do with WCMX. And if I can, and if I
Good
can
man.
compete on the way, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, you were talking about my video that we did for the World Champs. We've just made a new video that's for the Germany competition. It's in a couple
Yeah,
days
yeah.
actually, the Germany comp. Please, I don't. Oh, this will. By the time this comes out, the Germany comp will have happened. So I was gonna say,
Sick.
people, please vote for me, but it's already happened by the
Yeah,
time
yeah.
this will come out because this won't come out for like a couple of weeks
That's
now.
all right. Well, let me
But
say this.
hopefully you did vote for me.
You
Yeah.
best have voted for Tom. Otherwise I'm coming after you. And we'll
um,
stick with that. Vote for Tom. You best have done it.
no, it definitely. I mean, my plan is to just try and do it. And when we get back,
Yeah, man.
while I've been over this lockdown, mate, I've been thinking so much.
Good man.
I've got about 100 video ideas. As soon as we get back, I've got I've essentially just tried to brainstorm the most funny style content around WCMX. So I want to try and make the most, like there's like cinematic good looking video, and then I think there's like cinematic joke video. We're gonna try and
Yeah,
make
yeah,
the most
yeah.
cinematic, like action movie film. Have you ever seen like
Sick.
so we're gonna get like the massively out of focus background that's way too out of focus.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna get like the explosions in the background, that dun 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 dun
Brilliant.
dun dun dun, dun music. I want it to be like
Yeah. Get some really bad CGI in there as well, if you can.
oh yes, mate. The bad CGI, I love
Sounds good.
that.
Like a really crap B movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Maybe 80s style as well.
Oh yeah, mate. Oh, I'd love
Pop
that.
punk.
Get some
Should
like
watch a
ABBA
skate film
music
called
in the background.
Thrashing. It's super cheesy, but it's one of my favorite films, and it's not as bad as what you're saying. Maybe there's a film called Gleam in the Cube with Christian Slater. That's pretty wild. But Thrashing's one of my favorite skate movies because it's so I'm not gonna I wouldn't say cringy, but bro, it's just a wild movie. It's got Josh Brolin who starred as
Yeah.
Thanos, and yeah, it's sick. It's incredible. It's a good skate movie, man. But
Yeah,
then
no.
there's some other ones like Street Kings that are just like the getting skateboarders to act is the most uncomfortable thing to watch on this earth. It's the
Yeah.
most uncomfortable skate film I've ever seen. But yeah, that sounds sick, man. That
Yeah.
sounds really cool. I can't
So
wait to watch that.
yeah, for sure. So what's your skate shoe of choice?
My skate shoe of choice?
Yeah. Do you have a skate shoe of choice?
No, not really, man. A comfy
No.
shoe. I um. One sec, one sec. I'll show you something.
Okay.
I went, I went really wild this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some nice artsy ones. These are
Ooh.
Evan Smith DCs.
Oh yeah. So
I
you
had to
don't.
buy these ones, but I mean, for the last couple of years, I've had shoes given to me, which has been really nice. But I've had to buy these ones. But they're not to skating though. These are just to chilling. But these are
Oh yeah.
skate shoes. Um,
So do you vape? So you don't skate Vans?
I do like Vans, yeah. But if anyone from Vans ends up watching this, guys, your heel cap always gives me blisters. I'm not a fan of blisters. They
Oh.
make my skating very uncomfortable.
Oh.
So try it out.
Yeah.
Vans, you're overrated.
You reckon? You reckon?
Nah, I feel like Vans. What Vans has done for skateboarding is absolutely amazing. Um, I'm not a fan of wearing them myself. I've had a few good pairs, but what Vans has actually done for the skateboarding community is in building skate parks and like making great content, sending skaters to really exciting places so skaters like myself can watch that and be inspired by it. And the way they support their skaters is absolutely, oh, could be BMXs, it doesn't matter. But they have done a lot for the community. And you can't really say that about too many huge companies like that.
No, for sure. I totally
That's
agree.
amazing. But in terms of a skate shoe, what skate shoe do I like? I like wearing a comfy skate shoe.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of gum sole
Okay.
shoes. So that's like a type of sole. It's a lot softer and it's usually in a nice caramel tone of colour.
Okay.
It's a really classic looking shoe sometimes. Um, uh, Other than that, I just like it to feel like I'm wearing an extra sock, just for a little protection.
Okay.
And then I'm all good, me. I'm not really particular. Not a big fan of like a bright shoe. So I've got some red suede shoes. Sounds Yeah, already it sounds too fanatic to even, you know, as that a possibility, but I'm not wearing them to skating. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look like a clown.
Yeah.
It's got to be
Obviously.
stylish as well.
Yeah. Yeah. For WCMX, like a skate shoe isn't like important to WCMX
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
would be for skateboarding. But I do wear a skate shoe for riding for one specific reason. If I am sessioning the mega ramp, I go down,
You
I
wear
get in the
Vans,
foam
don't
pit.
you?
I do. I've just got these new shoes. I'm so excited about it. That's in my story. So I go into the foam pit. I'm in the foam pit, right? I'm getting out. So I strap out. I take off my foot strap, right? And every time it undoes my laces, right? So then I get back
Yeah,
up. I have to retie my
yeah.
laces, but I'm wearing gloves, right? And gloves are hard to tie
Oh,
laces in, so I have to take all my
you've got
gloves off.
Velcro Vans.
I got the Kyle Walker Pro 2s. I was
Yeah,
so
sick.
excited on it.
I was thinking then he's going to sell a Kyle Walker's. You know what? That is a good looking shoe
It's a
because
nice shoe.
it's got a sportier look, which I really like. A sportier skate shoe.
Yeah.
Like kind of like almost like your sneaker, like your running shoe almost.
Yeah, it looks more like a
I really
trainer.
like that. Yeah, yeah. No, that's a really good looking shoe, and I support the Velcro, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should rock the Velcro. No, it's
I
a really
think.
good idea. And in terms of skateboarders, the amount of times we rip our laces,
Oh
I
yeah.
went skating the other day, changed my laces twice in one day.
Oh.
Twice in one day. Can you imagine? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I start spending more money on laces than I do shoes.
Yeah. No, I really like the Kyle Walker Pro 2s, not just because of the fact that they're Velcro and it does make it a bit easier, but also they're
Yeah, yeah.
really comfortable.
Yeah, they look cozy. And I mean, like when I was talking about uncomfortable Vans, I was thinking about the classics. They're old.
Yeah,
Um,
old
they're,
school
they're
style.
like their classic shoe. So they've actually got a style usually that they usually go by, which is like the old school. But
Yeah,
the Kyle Walkers, apart from the Vans logo, they don't really like Vans.
no.
Um,
Other than
but
like
yeah, I
the
like
stripe
that.
down the side.
Innovative.
Yeah. The
Yeah, I'd
color.
rock them. I like
Yeah,
that.
the colorways are quite interesting on it. You can get the red.
Mm.
I was gonna get the red, but around the bottom of the sole is
Mm,
white, and that gets
yeah,
ruined
yeah,
because if
yeah,
you
yeah,
knock into anything with them, and then you get a big black mark down the
yeah,
side, it
man.
looks terrible. So I got the black on black, but I really
Yeah,
wanted to
man.
get that
Stealth
red.
shoe.
And then
Oh, not
one I
too
didn't
sure about
like.
red shoes.
There is. The one I didn't like was the green with the gold stripe. I was like, nah, mate, that
Oh
ain't
no,
it, chief.
that's a bit of an odd colorway. I'm
It is.
colorblind, right? But I won't pick that.
No.
That's not a good
It's
colorway.
it's a bit off, like green with gold.
I don't know if I've seen them ones, but you just explaining it, I can't imagine a green shoe with a gold. Maybe like cream and gold.
Yeah.
That'd work.
It's like
But
shiny as well, like proper shiny gold. It looks like tinfoil
yeah,
if tinfoil was gold. Not great, not
you never
great.
know. There's someone out there that will loves them
Oh
shoes,
yes.
and yeah, we're absolutely upsetting them now.
They're gonna
So
hate that.
um, put your shoes in the bin.
Yeah,
Get
so
some
if
new
if you
Kyle
do have
Walkers.
that colourway, you
If you got the
watching,
green and
you're
gold,
wrong.
yeah, you bought the wrong color.
Yeah,
Send them back.
messed up. So you worked on park runs, didn't you, with Red Bull and Greystone?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, I did actually.
how
Yeah, I
did you get
remember that.
into that? Like, how did you get started in it?
I just get asked to do very exciting things sometimes, and my principle is, if someone asks you to do an exciting thing, don't say no because that'd be
Yeah,
ridiculous. I've known um, the the event manager that. Well, he's not an event manager. I don't know his title anymore, but I knew the event manager. I know the event manager that works for Red Bull. I've known him for a long time, and he knows how passionate I am about skateboarding, I guess. And kindly enough, he asked me if I wanted to judge for park runs, and as I said before, you can't say no to these things.
yeah,
So it's an exciting opportunity, and um, yeah, it was really fun to be part of. I've got to be really thankful to Harry
yeah,
for asking me to be part of it. Again, I don't think it. I mean, he must have had particular reasons why he asked me, but I don't know what they are. I'm just grateful enough that he asked.
yeah. No, definitely. Um, so there were some really good runs in it. Was it hard to
Mind
judge?
blowing.
What was it like judging?
Absolutely.
And what were you going off? Like, what was your criteria?
So it's hard to judge first of all because
Yeah,
um, it is a competition at the end of the day.
yeah,
Um, we made it really accessible, and I feel like we made it very diverse as well with the different types of skaters that we asked to come and take part and be involved in the competition. But judging skateboarding is difficult because everyone does skate completely different, and everyone has a different style and a different approach to skating, and none of it is wrong. It's their way of doing it. You can't,
I've
and you
got a.
can't go on.
Right, so the viewers won't have been able to
You
see
missed him
that because
off,
I've
didn't
been
you?
cutting you. Right, no, so I've got this new bottle. So I ordered these weights from this
Yeah.
company the other day, and I got this
You
free
need a
water
bib.
bottle with it. And I think it's a really nice, cool looking bottle, right? So I thought
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
try it out, and I don't know what's up with it, but it's fucking leaking. So every time I drink it, it
Yeah, yeah.
leaks out. It's gone
Yeah,
all over my
blame the
shirt.
bottle. Blame the bottle.
Yeah, it's the bottle's fault. Anyway, sorry, carry on, carry on, carry on.
um. Anyways, it's judging's hard.
Yeah,
Judging skateboarding is tough, and I can't really say I can't imagine what this is like on an Olympic level, or even like for the guys who have run stuff like SLS, where they judge their runs, but I've always been kind of like skeptical about judging skateboarding because everyone skates differently and everyone has different ways of skating, and it's all individual. So to judge it seems kind of ridiculous in a sense because you're saying one person's skating is better than another when that's not always entirely true.
Yeah.
Because skating is shouldn't be judged because it's what you make of it,
Yeah.
which is the most important thing. So that kind of like contradicts what I was doing, but so yeah, in that sense, that's why it's hard to judge for me because it
Yeah.
contradicts what skateboarding's about. But when it came to the judging, we all agreed there was three of us. You know, we had Ben Grove, Cass Shanks, and myself judging, and I came up with how we should judge it, and one was on technique, um, another category was on style, and then I feel like the other category was creativity, and that's for me like the kind of tricks you do. You know, maybe it's an unusual skill that you're trying, or you're linking two tricks together that is unusual, and it's a nice creative way of doing them two
Yeah.
tricks in a line. And for me, that was probably one of the most important things to put into the judging because that's what was going to set people apart. Is that you've done it in a very interesting way, or it's been, or you had a little bit of flair. You did this little
Yeah.
thing in between, and you made it really exciting to watch. That's that creativity
Okay.
part, which I think sets above and beyond someone who, you know, um, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I
I
think.
don't want to be. Yeah. Well,
Do you not think it's a bit subjective, especially with style?
it
That's
is. Yeah, it
subjective.
definitely is.
That's very
But
subjective.
that's it. So like, there's different styles, and they're almost. If been skating a long time. Not that I've seen anyone have the same style, but there's like types of style. You know, there's those guys who skate a little bit more fast, a little bit more hardcore. You know, they hit copings like it's a fight almost. You know, like they've
Yeah.
got this really aggressive behavior. Um, these guys are like the punks or the metalheads of skateboarding, and it's great to see because it makes you want to go out and try something
Yeah.
dangerous or like aggressive yourself. Like it gets you really aggravated and ready to like skate in that sense. And then you've got the skaters that are a lot more slow, but they look like they're floating and they pop their tricks. They jump up higher. It's it's slower. It's not fast at all, but it's super stylish and smooth. And sometimes it's really gentle, or sometimes you got the wild cards. So there's like all these like I'm not going to say generic styles, but like there's like genres of styles. Um, so they all have, I guess, there's leeway in that, right? There's like ways of saying that's a really stylish version of that. That's a
Yeah.
really stylish version of that. So you can almost like play around with that in some senses, but you can tell when someone's usually really stylish when they really love like that sense of
Yeah.
expressing themselves through what they're doing. They really consider the skills that they're trying and how you perform them tricks. So there's one thing doing a trick, and then there's one thing practicing that trick so much that you give it some style.
Yeah.
And it's become stylish because now you're thinking about how that trick looks. And there's a reason why everyone filmed themselves riding.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching yourself in that video I was talking about earlier, I'm sure you're thinking, I could have threw my arms up in this way, or why did I throw my arms up like that? And then you're thinking, right, next time I go do that, I'm going to throw my arms up a little bit different or not at all. And then it's going to start becoming stylish, Like you're
Yeah.
going to like,
Constantly.
so that's where that comes in. So judging style, I'd say it's pretty easy. you can tell when someone loves what they're doing and they've put a lot of time and effort into making it look stylish. You can see that. Um, the hardest thing to do is to say that's technically more difficult
Yeah.
because someone could do something that looks absolutely incredible, and it's a really we'll say it's a really technical trick. So, like for instance, they could do a tray flip, which the board rotates um, 360 degrees on a flat surface, and then on a x axis, and then flips horizontally as well, just one time round, and it's an incredible trick, right? That's technical. Um, but then someone could do a tray flip down the stair set, or they could, you know, it's and they can maybe do a better looking tray flip, a more technical looking tray flip, or maybe it's not even a tray flip, maybe it's switch kick flip. So it's a completely different trick whatsoever.
Yeah.
Is it just as much technical to do that as a tray flip? Who knows? These things are like these aren't facts. These are all again a matter of opinion.
Oh yeah.
Um, but it was really hard to. It was yeah. It was a really tough one to judge. We all judged it separately. We all judged it in our own time. We weren't together when we judged it, and we all came up with the same results, which was fascinating. There was a few different tweaks that we had to make at the very end. There were a few little debates. There was times where I debated against myself because I weren't sure I made the right decision. Um, and yeah, I feel like we came up with, the best possible outcome.
Yeah.
I feel like we picked the right person,
Now
the right
you've
people actually.
now you've relooked at it, do you still think you made the right decision?
Oh, absolutely so. Um, the hardest thing about it was there was people in there that like pulled off more technical tricks, and
Yeah.
this is where technicality isn't always the best thing. So like watching that person's run, it was absolutely incredible. You watch it and thinking, "Oh my god, I cannot believe they've just done that." And they were doing stuff that like I am not going to see anyone else do for the next couple of years at
Yeah.
all. Honestly, the last time I seen people skate like that was maybe the national champs, right? Or the Vans shop riot. So this person's like landing stuff that I've not seen ever done before, which is amazing. But there's not much of it, right? There's not as much of it
Yeah.
as someone who is flying around the skate park, at Mach 10 speed, hitting up loads of different tricks on loads of different obstacles. They're not high as technicality as someone who's just done a few amazing like bangers. But this other person's flying around, right? The winner was flying around doing loads of technical tricks, not the highest of technical tricks, but linking everything together and skating the full skate park, right?
Yeah.
And it's just got this amazing flow of creativity, technicality. It just nailed all them categories, and it was well thought of. That's who won it, right? That's the
Yeah.
person who won it. So, yeah, you can't. It was just obvious because it was just absolutely stunning to watch. You was, you know, I know most of the tricks still. That person, who the Adam Kay who won it. I can remember most of the tricks that he landed because the way he put them all together was stunning,
Yeah.
breathtaking. Even the Freya Brooks who won for the females, like her run was outstanding. Like it was so sick to see. In fact, the run that she didn't get, and because I was there on the day when she was filming that one, it would have blown. It would have. I mean, it was just mind blowing. That girl has some talent.
My next question is, I think, quite an interesting one. If you're a young skater, you're really gonna like this question. So,
Well, I'm not
what's
a young skater though. I'm old now.
um,
Go on.
let's say you're starting in skateboarding and you're starting to get good, pretty good, and you're looking into how you make money from being a skater. What are the economics of a skater? How can you make money? What are the different ways?
About today's age, right?
Yeah,
So this is a really difficult one because most, even professional skaters in the UK, even in the US still, most professional skaters have part-time or full-time jobs,
yeah,
and skateboarding is their main passion, and that's what they're known for. But it's not how they make a living, which is unfortunate at the minute because um, in terms of like you're an amazing young skater and you've got into skateboarding. First of all, I'd say to any young skater, you don't need to worry about money, man. Just skate because you love it, or woman,
yeah,
whoever you are. Whoever you are, skate because you love it. You don't need to be paid to skate. Because the biggest problem is, I'd say, if you're going to go down that avenue, just understand that once you're being paid to skate, or if you're wearing a uniform of a brand, if you're being sponsored by a brand, the idea is if you get a large amount of clothes or shoes or skateboards, the amount that that package is worth, you have to work that much hours in a sense to fulfill that amount of money it's worth, right? So that value of that product, they want you to do something in return for that, right? So
yeah,
now your passion's turned into a job. Um, I mean, my passion's turned into a job, and I, I have to treat it with some balance. I have to find time for myself. Maybe it's going to a different skate park or going skating at Greystone, but taking my uniform off and just keeping myself to myself and practicing so it makes sure that it is me just skateboarding, and I don't get dragged into any coaching, or I don't feel like I should do this or do that where I would intend, treating it like much. You know what I mean? So I have to
yeah,
separate the both, because the moment then to become entwined and your skateboarding is your job, you can fall out of love with it. I wouldn't recommend that for anyone. But if that's the avenue you want to go down and you want to be paid for something that you love doing, because I essentially get paid for something that I love doing, that is a great thing as well. So um, at that moment in time, if you're getting products off people, you're essentially being paid to do what you love doing, and you have to then you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the value. Your skateboarding has value then, or your activity has value. So that's the way you can go about it. You can. It's hard. There's a lot of skateboarders out there that are now becoming very talented. We all have access to social media, and we see a lot of people skateboarding and what the level of skateboarding is at right now. So the level of progression is is shooting up and up all the time, and it's hard to keep up with. And you have to be on the top of that, don't you? You have to be in terms of like um, the amount of things that people see on social media all the time. You have to be that skateboarder that catches their eye, right? That's you being more exciting than anyone else. And that's very hard to do. And that's where people then are like, right, okay, you've got a following now. You've got loads of people watching you. Like most product is given now to people who become quite popular on social media, right? It doesn't even have to be that you're an amazing skateboarder. You've just got a good following on social media, and you can just be ahead of the marketing game on there. So I think it's going down that avenue as well. And if you ever wanted to, make sure you do it sensibly and don't sell out. But um, yeah, just I think that's the way you do it now, right? Like it's a social media game, getting famous on TikTok or Instagram. Not essentially because you're a skateboarder, but just because Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah, very very interesting. I think I
Because
don't
I mean,
think
like our UK riders, if you're in the Olympics, um, from what I've learned, is that UK Olympians don't get paid to be in the Olympics.
you know.
I believe not. I feel
Eh,
like any money that you
little
get is
idea.
through advertisement, is how much you can market yourself through the sponsorships you are given. They actually don't get a salary for being an Olympian. And I don't feel like there's many countries that do that, but we're one of them, I believe. And if fault me if I'm wrong, I don't mind being wrong, but I think that is the case that we get most our Olympians athletes get all that. So that's I mean skateboarding's very similar to that. Like skateboarders don't get much money. All their income comes through the sponsorships that they support, and if them sponsorships then give them an allowance as well to be able to go skate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think
an athlete allowance. They might get an athlete allowance, say, if they're one of the best skateboarders for Nike, they'll get an athlete allowance, right, to be able to go out and travel and go to places to be able to skate. So
I didn't know that about the Olympians.
I think that's true, man. I mean, I'm okay being wrong, but like I think that's just the way they've always done it. I think I'm not sure, man.
My God, if that's true, I don't know if we want WCMX in
But
2028. Bloody hell.
no, but I mean, there's loads of things like that, right? But like, they're probably supported by governing bodies and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure because this is like sport politics right now, and I'm not too heavily involved in that because it's draining to think about. I like to just think about going out skateboarding, man, and just having a good time.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I mean. Like for me, like earning money in skateboarding was never the goal. I'm just very fortunate, very stubborn to get to where I am. Because I didn't want to do anything else. I didn't want to be do a mundane job. Um, maybe it's. I think that's just. I mean, going on to a really positive point, apart from all that dreariness, is I feel like a lot of skateboarders now growing up. If I was a young skater now, I don't know. Maybe I'd want to be a coach someday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, man. Like that, I've inspired people to maybe be a coach one day because that'll be a job opportunity for more people as like my role grows or people in my situation where we get to be skateboard coaches. That role grows and grows as more skate parks open, as skateboard coaching becomes more accessible and it grows exponentially, like I imagine it would. We'll need more coaches across the UK, and that'll be a job role for more and more people. That's an exciting thing to happen.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
you get to be in a situation like, you know, where it's not about being the best in the country, like you were saying. It's about helping more people enjoy the sport and get into the
Yeah.
sport for the first time.
It is
So there's that
it
opportunity
is
there.
interesting.
Maybe a young person who's just started in skateboarding, if that was me, maybe it'd just been because I wouldn't say it was very difficult for me to get into coaching. I pretty much got in touch with projects and I said, "Listen, this is what I want to do. Please let me do it.
Hmm.
Let me come and work for you. I'd really love it." Obviously, I went through the interview process and everything like that, but I was fortunate enough to be chosen to do that, and I've got to be really thankful that I was given that opportunity in the first place.
Yeah.
That being said, I feel like that opportunity is going to be accessible more and more for more people to get into coaching for the very first time and maybe be a professional skateboarding coach,
Yeah.
which I think is awesome, man.
I think if you are interested in making money from your sport,
Hmm.
and you getting sponsors and stuff, now you've given your advice, I'll give my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, man.
My quick advice: if you're signing anything for sponsorships or any
Yeah,
contracts out,
yeah.
get get your solicitor to read it
Someone to read
first,
it. Yeah,
because
bro.
I mean you don't. I mean have you heard of the singer George
I'd
Michael?
agree.
You heard of the
Who?
singer George Michael from the 80s? George Michael,
Well, I
wow.
know.
Um,
Do you know who George Michael is?
I do. Um,
Wow,
and
bro.
he got messed over because he was that excited. Oh, I'm getting a contract. Oh,
Was
I'm
he
getting a
sponsored
contract.
by Vans as well?
No, no. He got so excited that he was getting his first contract when he was getting big. He signed
Oh
up with
yeah, yeah.
Sony and he got messed over. And he
Music
ended up having to
industry
go
is
to court
pretty
and stuff.
screwed like that, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And I see as more people start getting sponsored, I I do kind of see
Yeah,
sponsoring going kind of the same way, where they're trying to trip
like you
you up
don't
so
own
they get
anything.
more out of it than you would. So no, yeah,
Yeah, man.
if I could give any advice on getting sponsored, get someone else to read it.
Always read the fine print as well. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, know what? Because
yeah,
at the end of the day, as well, like if someone's giving you something, well, what are they getting out of it, right?
yeah.
So,
Like
absolutely.
at the end of the day,
But
they're a business. What are they getting out of it? You know.
I'd I'd say though, if you're gonna make money in something that you love doing, be a coach because I get to. I mean, like I'm just saying this from my point of view, but like what I love doing, everything I do now is not for like selfish reasons, right? Like, I mean, kind of is. It's rewarding when you teach someone something, but like I have the opportunity that I get to share knowledge and help other people learn. So I feel like me being paid at the end of the month isn't. That's just like a bonus, right? The exciting part of my job is everything in that month, the process up to it. Like I'm not really. Obviously, I need money to live. That's just the way society works. But um, it's what I do that is important, right? It's like it's the meat of it all, and that's what really excites me. Is that I get
Yeah,
to do something positive, and I'm being paid to do something really positive with a lot of people and an amazing community. Um, I feel like that's more exciting than if I was just get given products just to skate and just to kind of advertise myself and market myself as this superior being. I feel like that'd be really difficult and like really, really destroying for my maybe my ego. Um, where I think like what I do, I'm just the background. I'm just like I'm just like a avenue for someone to start skateboarding, um, and then that's more exciting to
yeah. Interesting. So yeah, very interesting. So we'll step away from all of that side, and we'll get into some of the more fun stuff. So, what's your bucket list skate spot slash park bucket
me.
list?
Right. Okay. So as it is known,
You were ready for this question,
Bath,
boys.
no, I weren't ready. I weren't ready, but it's aggravating,
Yeah,
because so as it is known, Barcelona is one of the most exciting places to go skate.
yeah,
And I've been Barcelona, and I did take my skateboard, and it was very aggravating. Um, so Barcelona, man,
yeah,
Barcelona has some of the most iconic street spots, and there's a place called Macba, which is an amazing playground for skaters, where loads of skateboarders meet up, and there's just always something happening at Macba. It's the place, right? That skateboarders go to from all around the world. So I'd love to go there and actually skate and not just be a tourist.
yeah,
I'd rather be a skate tourist. And then, man, who don't want to go LA and skate? Like, who don't want to
yeah.
go to um, Huntington Beach or
Oh
Venice Beach
yeah,
and have a skate at their parks and be in the California sun and skate? I'm so used to this English weather and English crummy spots, which are not. I mean, they're not the worst spots. They make it really fun to skate because it's really challenging. But um, yeah, man, to go skating in some California sun would be absolutely stunning. And I mean, Barcelona's sun would be good right now. Actually, I'd enjoy
yeah.
that too. But yeah, man, those places, but only because I think it'd be more as a skate tourist, right? They're so iconic. I'd just be so excited to skate there. It'd be amazing.
So you're not saying somewhere like Woodward? I would.
Nah, bro.
No?
Nah, not Woodward. Nah, that's where all the nah, it's not. It's not for me, man. That's like where that's like it's too. I don't know what the word is, man. Um, I'd want to go a little somewhere a little bit more
Quiet. Chill.
no authentic
Authentic.
and raw, like cultural, like really cultural, where skate culture thrives. Um, like for me, so like Camp Woodward is like Greystone. It's like a
I feel like
training
you're at work.
facility, right? It's somewhere like I love working at Greystone. I'd love working at Camp Woodward, I imagine. It's not what I want to do, but like it's somewhere where a lot of people go, they can have an exciting time, right? And get into the sport, or if it's Camp Woodward, go and meet like different pros and have an exciting time. And but like culturally, skateboarding happens at these like iconic spots the most. These places where skateboarding is born in a sense where like when you skate on the streets, it's not as sanitized. Do you know what I mean? It's very raw. It's challenging, and sometimes you're getting kicked off spots. Sometimes it's weather inhibitant. If you are in the UK, you don't always get a dry day to go skate. The spots are always crummy and like made out of cobbles or
Yeah.
worn out gravel.
I
So
hate cobblestone.
um,
Balls.
yeah,
Horrible.
it's a totally different vibe, really. And
Yeah.
these iconic spots would like have that vibe where cultures clash and come together.
Definitely. Okay, so unfortunately, that's the end of the questions, but not the
Yeah.
end of the show. Welcome to the Action Sports World Trivia.
Oh yeah.
So
This
these
is
are all
challenging bit.
simple, easy things about yourself that's easy
No.
findable on the internet. So they're all ABC questions except for one. One you just have to guess. And then yeah, we'll see. So
The people
essentially, I've gone
go on.
back through your past to see what I can find on you and see your thing. So if you made,
Is it all PG?
it's all PG, you know. Um,
Ooh.
don't worry, I didn't put in your your sexist tweet from 2012. I left that
Yeah,
out. Don't
yeah.
worry, mate. No. Of course I'm joking.
Nice one.
Of course I'm joking. Don't get
Nice one.
cancelled. Right.
That tweet about becoming a scooter rider really could have been detrimental for my career.
um. So the first one, I think you'll get this. On a certain date, you posted a photo. Well, it was a drawing that you made, and it was like there was a triangle that was like real life, and then the rest of it was a drawing, right?
Yeah.
What trick were you doing in the drawing?
Oh, that's easy.
Was it like,
Um,
oh, I have ABCs, or do you want to just say it?
it's a backside crook.
You got it.
yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah,
that's. I was hoping you might not remember that well. But never
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
never mind. Right.
I
So
mean, you those drawings are by myself, so they're very personal. And yeah, a lot of my skateboarding is my Instagram is an archive. It's like my portfolio of memories.
yeah.
That being said, watch me get all the other questions wrong.
um. So this one is usual. I don't know if we're gonna start having this problem in the future, right? So you know about like we're doing the trivia and stuff. I don't know if people are gonna start coming on, and before they come on, they're gonna go and look at
Hey,
all their old posts.
listen, I've not done any research. I've
Okay,
come into
okay,
this
okay.
blindsided,
All right,
so
I'll trust you.
kind of.
So your first findable Instagram post. And this one's a usual ABC again. If you want to guess, or I can tell you.
Um.
Do you want to
Well, I
just go?
can't even look. I can't even look because my phone is what I'm using
Do
to Zoom. So, um,
you want to just guess, or I can tell you the ABCs?
I can tell you that it's kind of got this vignette feel to it.
Okay.
I may be wearing sunglasses. I may not. Um,
Whoa. No, you're off.
um,
That's not. Nope.
right. ABC, please.
VC. Okay. So I'll give you the year. You have to guess the year. Um, is it A 2011, B 2014, or C 2013?
I mean, people usually fail these, right? I imagine.
Yes,
2013. Did you say that one?
I did. I did.
I'm going with that one because it's
Okay.
just a gut instinct.
Are you correct?
No.
You are. Yes. You're correct. You got that correct.
Am I?
Yeah. So
Wow.
far,
I'm not going to lie to you.
you
I
get.
guess.
Did you? All right. Well, I
Yeah.
think this one will be a bit more difficult. On your Instagram, how many pictures are there of Greystone? Again, I have ABCs if you want to hear them.
Wait, one sec. Pictures
Yeah,
or
pictures. It
videos.
can be pictures of videos as long as it's at Greystone, and it has to be at Greystone, not just the logo.
Did 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 you go through these and count these? Oh my god.
I had to count
I
these by hand.
probably
I can tell you the ABCs, or you can just guess.
yeah ABCs
All
please
right,
because
all
I
right,
got a
okay.
rough estimate.
So, is it A
Is it?
27, B 64, or C 83?
I mean, 83 seems a bit drastic. You know what I mean? But I've been there for 2 years.
Rob, just to note, hasn't been there as long as you. 'Cause you've been pretty much there from the start, and he
Yeah.
had 40.
Okay, 63.
Six,
Oh, but does he post a
it's
lot?
64, by the way. It was
Oh,
64,
64.
64.
Um,
Is that what you're
does
guessing?
he? I don't feel like he doesn't post a lot though.
He posts fair. To
Right.
be
Okay,
fair, I
I'm gonna
wasn't
go with
counting reels.
64.
You want to count 64?
64.
Okay.
If it's 27, I've got some catching up to do.
You've done it. You got 64. What? Yeah, you could
Shit.
win this, you know. I don't know. I think Rob got like 4 out of 5. You could beat him. There's a leaderboard, you know. The stakes are high.
How many questions have you asked so far?
I've asked 3 and you've got all of them correct. There's 2 more.
Yeah, yeah.
So these
I knew I
last
should have
2
been on Who Made a Millionaire.
these last 2 they're very important. If you want to go on that show, just remember
Yeah. Good.
if you don't,
That was good, man.
people
That
may
was
not
good.
get that reference. And essentially,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people cheated on the show, and every time they said the
No, no,
correct
don't tell him.
answer,
Don't tell him. Don't tell him
no.
because then when we go on, they'll know.
Oh yeah. Okay, okay. So in
Fourth
2018,
question,
yeah.
Tom.
What?
Go on,
Yeah.
let's hear
Fourth
it.
question. All right. In 2018, you were stood in Greystone when they were building, and you posted a
Yeah.
photo of it. But where were you stood? Were you stood on the cafe balcony? Were you stood in the middle of the street and the skate bowl on the top? Or were you stood on top of the mega ramp?
What? I mean, what? One sec. Is this? Can I just ask this question?
Yeah,
You can say if you don't want to answer it, right?
no, that's fine.
Is this during the build?
Yes. This is when the ramps
Right.
were being built. So it's in
Because I
2018.
got a picture before. I got a picture before the ramps were even built. So that would have been a hard question to answer because I weren't stood next to any ramps.
By the way,
Am I in the photograph?
yes, you're holding the camera like this, and it was annoying because it was mirrored. So I was confused where you were. I was like, wait, what? That's not there. And I realized the photo was mirrored, and I was like, eh?
Yeah, yeah. What's
So,
the options?
so you have A on the cafe balcony,
Right.
B in the middle of the street and skate bowl on the higher bit, or C on the mega ramp.
The higher bit of the street ball.
Yeah, where the street bowl and the skate bowl, because they're here, aren't they? And then on the higher bit of the skate bowl,
Not
oh, you
that.
stood up there.
It's not that.
By the way, there's a guy
See,
stood in the bowl. If that helps you remember.
It's the mega ramp.
You reckon?
No, I'll be pissed if I don't get it.
Are
I'm
you
getting into
correct?
this now. You said what?
Are you correct? Let's find out.
I hope
Cue,
so.
cue the music. You were correct.
Oh yes.
Mega ramp. Right. We've got that eerie background music because it's coming down. This is the final question. This one's hard, right? By the way, this is correct at the time of filming. It may not be
Right,
by
my
the time this
fingernails
comes
now. I'm
out.
nervous.
Right. Your latest post has how many views? And you have to guess
Oh,
this.
come on.
I can give you the ballpark. It's over 400 views.
No.
Your latest post that came out like yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I was talking about earning money before with sponsorships. If you're out there, 400 views, you know the one.
And it only came out like yesterday, so.
Get in touch.
Aye.
Right. It came out yesterday.
Like yesterday. I don't know when it was. It was a couple of days ago.
I can't remember.
It's over 400. Take a guess.
Right.
As long as it's
within. So I don't get. Oh, is this the one where I don't get any options?
You don't get any options. It has to be within 10.
But it's over 400.
It's over 400, below 500. You've got to just guess a number.
Oh, right.
So it's got to be somewhere from 400 to 500, and you've got to guess. And as long as it's within 10, I'll give it to you. I'll tell you it's on the lower side.
No, one sec. You don't have to tell me anything, Tom.
Okay.
I'm psychic. I've got this. I'm not psychic.
I'll give you.
I'm gonna.
It's
Gut
on the lower
instinct.
side.
Are you ready? I've got a number in my head.
Okay.
Are you ready? This is gut instinct. I feel like Darren Brown right now. Maybe you're Darren Brown and you're psychic for telling me through hints, and that's it.
Who knows? Who knows?
Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
400.
Yeah. Just 400.
We know that much. No. 437.
You've looked at that like today, haven't you?
No, swear down. I've not looked at that. Oh,
that's correct.
What do you mean?
That's correct. It is. It's 437. That's the correct answer.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Wait,
no,
literally,
it isn't.
one sec. Let me. I'll
bring up. No, it isn't.
I'll bring up Instagram.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No.
1 sec.
Look, listen. This is on my phone right now. I've not looked. I swear down on my life, my cat's lives, everything like that. I didn't look, man. That's crazy. I just thought of that number.
Right.
And I couldn't get rid of the number when I thought of it.
We're on Instagram now, so the people can see Instagram.
Lying to me.
It is. Look, check your Instagram. 1 week ago.
I'm on the phone.
February 1st. 537 views. A quick editor's note. Just to mention, I said 537 there. The actual view count was 437, and Danny did get it correct. Hold on, I'll screen share over Zoom. 1 sec. This, mate, you've smashed it. You've smashed it.
No way.
Literally.
I didn't even know which video it was either.
You've smashed that.
I'm so freaked out right now.
You have smashed that. Oh, I've run out of time.
How did that happen?
I have no. You've smashed that. To be fair, mate, I've got to give you that. You've got. 1 sec. Woo! Yes, mate, you have smashed that. To be fair, I've got to give that to you. Yeah. You smashed it. My God.
That was weird, weren't it? I'm weirded out.
You've done really well then. I think you've earned this then. Feel free to plug everything. Are you creating a new business with a website? Plug it. Do you have an Instagram page? Whatever, plug it. Go on.
Right, you ready?
Yes.
Yo, I'm Danny Markham, and if you are looking at starting skateboarding, getting into skateboarding for the very first time, get in touch with myself or come down to Greystone Action Sports, where I pretty much live, and come try out some skateboarding. Other than that, you know where I am.
Okay.
See you in the future.
That's a confident ending, that is. Anyway.
I'm feeling confident
After
from
that win, you should be. After that win, you should be.
nailing that number.
Yes. Absolutely.
And
right.
I promise everyone, like, that was real. That was crazy. I've blown my own mind.
My God. Right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
One.
Thank you for breaking the record. And
that's
goodbye,
it,
mate.
bro. Setting the standards.
Aye. Goodbye.
Nice one. Peace.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you could help out by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing with post notifications. It really does help the channel, and I do put a lot of effort into these videos. Anyway, other than that, enjoy the rest of the content I have to come.